What up, y'all? It's your boy, the one and only A-Switch, aka the Cookie Man, aka give me a biscuit, aka I want to lick your I want to lick something. All right, let me stop being stupid. Welcome, guys, to episode 14 of Switch's Sights, my solo gaming podcast, focused on news and my thoughts and opinions on gaming news, I guess mainly, as well as geek and nerd culture. Welcome. You're welcome. We're both welcome. Nonetheless, today's date is July 18th, 2019. I think that's it, really. I'm trying to make sure I got everything covered. I think that's it. Pretty good week in terms of news. I guess as well as news that happened since our previous episode as well, that I would like to cover and discuss and get into nitty gritty and all. So without further ado, let's get into it. Don't know why I did that, but whatever. Okay. First topic of discussion. Mortal Kombat movie reboot confirmed to have fatality. I gotta do it. Fatality. Shinnok wins. Fatality. Friendship. I'm stupid. Yeah, so Mortal Kombat, the movie reboot or whatever you want to call it, has been confirmed by Greg Russo, the writer of the upcoming movie. And he confirmed on Twitter in a tweet that MK will be R-rated for the first time ever. I don't know. I thought the older Mortal Kombat movies or previous ones were R-rated, but I guess not. I guess there wasn't necessarily explicit gore. Maybe it was PG-13. I guess. Well, it had to be, obviously, but nonetheless. Yeah, so this is actually pretty cool, in my opinion. Sticking true to the essence of Mortal Kombat and not, watering it down for, the movie audience and try to make it generally, I guess, palpable, if you will. So, I am all for that, for sure. I'm very curious of the fatalities and who or whom will be doing the fatalities to who will get them. I think just to maintain continuity and keep characters for the sequel or more than likely sequel, to be honest. I'm curious. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is such a renowned, known name. Yeah, this movie is gonna do ridiculous numbers. Yeah, it's gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie is gonna be whenever it releases. I'm not even sure of the release date. Actually, let me look that up. Mortal Kombat movie release or reboot release date. If I can actually type. Reboot release date. Yeah, they said it has a release date as of May 22nd. Announced movie reboot will, after years of dilly-dallying around, finally arrive in the cinemas on March 5th, 2021. Okay. Man, that's actually pretty long ways. I thought that was like next year, but pretty much a year after that. Okay. Yeah, so they're definitely gonna get some stuff down. Yeah, I'm very curious of who will be fatalitized. Is that even a verb? I don't know. I don't even know. That's not a verb. I mean a noun. Fatalitized. It's a noun, right? I need to go back to English. Let me go back to school. Yeah, so my initial, I guess, guess is I think it's just mainly gonna be the main characters doing fatalities on like I guess important people. That's at least going to be my initial guess, because I'm pretty sure they want to keep a lot of the characters, like I was saying earlier, for continuity, or the more than likely sequels that are going to come. So I think it's going to be mainly fatalities on non-important or just throwaway characters, and then maybe like one or two like I guess significant fatalities on like known characters. That's at least my initial impression. I mean, Mortal Kombat, at least the most iconic fatalities, definitely gotta be Sub-Zero with the spine rip, or the head rip with the spine attached. That's definitely gotta be one. I think they're pretty much gonna stick. I could see them sticking from game to game, so they're probably maybe gonna refer mostly to Mortal Kombat 1, I'm guessing. But then there was the reboot that kind of clouded everything too. So I mean, that's a tough one, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it, they could go either way, really. But yeah, definitely gotta have. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty damn sure that the Sub-Zero head rip fatality is going to be in there. Definitely Scorpions. Yeah, I could see the Flame. Ripping his mask off and giving them flames. Depending if they go with that version of Scorpion. I know there's various variants of Scorpion. At least I guess I got Mortal Kombat 11 fresh in my mind in terms of the story mode, so I don't know. I think I'm kind of mixing I don't know, references from there too. But then again, Mortal Kombat 11 kind of goes back in time. Do they really cover Mortal Kombat 1? No, not really. I think as far as they went back was the 2. Yeah, they could go a lot of ways with it, to be honest, but definitely the iconic. Yeah, that's such an iconic fatality. That would be such a missed opportunity to not do that in the Mortal Kombat the reboot movie. Yeah, so I definitely Sub-Zero's spine rip. I'm trying to think of any notable fatalities. They could, I guess I shouldn't be confining myself to the first game. It could go multiple ways. Yeah, that's probably the really important one, I think. Darn it. Jax. Well, I guess either way, I'm still confining my, I guess, thought process into, trying to maybe stay true to each one. But then again, most movies don't even do that. A lot of them just, specifically video games, if I can recall correctly, like, don't even like refer to their previous previous games in like, you know, a particular order. So I guess, yeah, not if I expand it to Mortal Kombat 2 thinking wise, I could see a stage fatality. That'd be cool. Doing a legitimate stage fatality, maybe making a joke on Babality would be, you know, actually, if the movie actually stayed like completely true to the game in like a lot of ways, I'd be satisfied. Somebody just got their head uppercutted off, and then like in the next scene they're back to normal. It's like, what is this? What is this, a game? They have the potential to work with that if they wanted to. But nonetheless, pretty cool. Yeah, that will be weird, especially in this day and age, to not have a Mortal Kombat movie with fatalities. That just wouldn't make sense. But good God, that movie is gonna sell like crazy. Because I mean, if you even look at Mortal Kombat in general, the movie is the game series is almost, I want to say, is it the highest selling fighting game of all time? I'm pretty sure it's at least up there. It may be at least second. At least currently, I think it's definitely more successful than Street Fighter, which has been I guess somewhat of a prominent fighting game. And then there's Tekken. Tekken's been selling pretty great. Might possibly even more than Street Fighter 5. That's a lot of conjecture. A lot of conjecture there, but nonetheless, I'm pretty certain this Mortal Kombat movie is going to do wonders. Unless the trailer is just complete trash, I can see this movie is gonna break some box office records. Maybe, for whatever particular date, like March. I don't know if March has ever really been dominated in terms of a movie month. At least that movie wise, it comes to mind. So that would be pretty great. Yeah, I would definitely see it. After we get a nice little trailer tease or whatever, I'm all in. Got my attention. This movie gonna be on my radar. Definitely. Cool. So, yeah, that is great. Oh, Mortal Kombat movie. I wonder if Ed Boon is maybe doing any possible consulting or something like that. I would assume maybe that was an agreement, maybe in a contract or rebooting it. I'm not even sure of his involvement with the original ones. I don't know. Nonetheless, pretty cool. All right, next topic of discussion. Gears 5. This is such a weird story. Like, why does this even like gain any traction? I don't know. How this gain traction is beyond me. But interesting news article that came out I believe last week, shortly after my last episode. So Gears 5 will not feature any depictions of smoking, and the series will not highlight or glorify smoking going forward, presumably, in the next sequel, since it's technically a planned trilogy or whatever. So such a weird news story. So basically, in a statement from Rod Ferguson, who's the studio head of the Coalition, who are basically the development team that makes Gears 5. And I know he was with the team that made like the original Gears trilogy. Yeah, original Gears trilogy as well. So yeah, in a statement from Rod Ferguson, he said, "I've seen firsthand the devastating impact of smoking. It's always been important for me to not use smoking as a narrative device, which is why we made the conscious choice to avoid highlighting or glorifying smoking in Gears 5. and throughout the Gears of War universe moving forward. Sure. I mean, this is so weird. It's so weird. But yeah, either way. So I guess, yeah. So for any indication, the past Gears of War titles have included occasional scenes of smoking and certain characters holding cigarettes and cigars as well. So, yeah. Sure. And then there's another statement. This is from a article, I believe. Let's see. Think above. What is the source? From Variety. The article from Variety specifically. The game set for September 10th release comes from Xbox Game Studio, blah, blah, blah. Decision to remove all smoking references for Year 5 came after not-for-profit anti-smoking organization Truth Initiative approached Turner, whose E-League esports division had broadcast rights to the title, about making the change. Turner collaborated with Microsoft and the coalition to strip out smoking from the game. I mean, one point I had, not necessarily point, but I guess observation is that, you know, of all games to omit smoking, you know, it's one of arguably the more violent games. So, you know, like in the same game, you're chainsawing somebody in half in a very gory fashion, you know. But we're not gonna show smoking. No, that's off limits. I have no problem with smoking. I don't smoke or anything like that. So I mean, it's totally fine by me. It's not like, oh, this game is gonna suck because of no smoking or whatever. It's just weird. I guess the weirdest part in general is that this got any traction because it's so insignificant. But I guess presumably probably people that are really huge smokers or something, maybe were riled up like, come on, man, we need to be represented, us smokers. Or, you know, I think people were making the argument that we should have an accurate representation of characters or whatever, which, you know, in some cases people still or do smoke. So, I mean, I'm totally for it. I have no issues with it not being in the game. It's not gonna significantly downsize the game or whatever or anything like that. Or because this game doesn't have smoking, this is gonna be horrible. Nope. See, like I was in when there was smoking, but now there's no smoking. What reason do I have to even play? It's not even needed. Not even needed at all. So I'm curious. That brings me to a interesting thought. Like, is it specifically like cigarettes? So like, is weed or vaping, as the kids say, is that still allowed? Yeah, they don't really explicitly state that. Like they give you a little switcherooski. Like, oh, gotcha. We gonna smoke weed though. We gonna smoke that weed. We gonna smoke that loud. We'll smoke that kush. We gonna smoke that though. Cigarettes, no. Which is, again, that's totally fine by me. But either way, this is just such a undeserving story to even gain any traction, and the only reason I really mentioned it was just how much traction it got for a non-relevant story. Because the only deduction I could think of is just people that are against smoking, or not against smoking, but are big proponents possibly for smoking. I can't think of a person that's just gonna get in your face about smoking or anything like that, but I don't know. But I guess the only angle I can see is people that are adamant about truly accurate, I guess, representations of characters smoking or something like that. Because I think the only person I can recall smoking in Gears was I forgot his name. The old general guy. I forgot his name. General something. He was the general of the Gears in Gears 1. I think it's General Coleman. Darn it. Damn it. Now I gotta look it up because I'm curious. General Gears 1. Gears 1. General of Gears. Or Gears of War General. Gears of War General. Gears of War General. Who's the general? Who's the general of Gears? Of the Gears. Who's the general of the Gears of War? What is his name? Let's look up Gears characters. Or actually, no. Let's look Gears of 1 characters. Gears of War 1 characters. Oh, y'all shouting at me like, "Oh my God, do you not know this?" All right, let me look at the official Gears of War site. Colonel Victor Hoffman. That's who I was thinking of. I know he seems as the biggest reputation for smoking in the game. I think Marcus at one point. I know I saw him like in the early rough games. He was smoking. But I don't think currently he is. Or at least in the recent games, I've never really seen him smoke. So, cool. Okay. Well, my curiosity has been satiated there. So, such a weird article. But still sticking with Gears 5 news. Oh, yes. We got the tech tests this weekend. July 19th through Monday, the 22nd or 23rd. So yeah, July 17th was when you can start downloading the game or pre-downloading it in advance, which the size is 15 gigabytes. Then the first technical period will be July 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until July 22nd, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. And then after that, the next weekend, there's a second technical test period, which will run from July 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time until July 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So basically between these periods, the servers will be offline, obviously, but yeah, in order to get into the test, mind you, the game is on Xbox as well as PC via the Windows Store, I believe. You have to have the Game Pass for PC if you want to play on PC, or pre-order the game, I believe, digitally. I don't think. Oh yeah, you can get a code by pre-ordering physically as well from, participating retailers too. But the caveat is that you have to have Xbox Live Gold as well, since it is online. But oh yeah. And then there's two maps, district and training grounds. These seem to be completely new. They don't seem to be a rehash of any of them. Let me check. This is just a view of a new map. Yeah, this is district is new, and training grounds is new. Yeah, training grounds is new. Really hope they bring Mansion back. Love that map. Such a classic map. I know. I mean, it's a given. Gridlock is gonna come back. It's a damn given. Gridlock is coming back. I don't even have to guess about that. That's for sure coming back. And then yeah, so in the technical test, it will be arcade mode, which I guess is gonna be some. At least the impression I got from looking at the trailer. I saw the trailer for the tech test, or hyping up the tech test. It seems like it reminded me at least of what is the mode called in Titanfall? I think attrition, where you kind of fight NPCs as well as real enemies. That's at least my guess. It seemed like it doesn't seem to be didn't seem to have been confirmed or anything like that. I think I have to look more into that. And then there's escalation, which is basically Gears is like competitive mode, or at least what the coalition is trying to hype or place it to be as well. And then there's King of the Hill, which is traditional King of the Hill. You also try some new features. Boot camp is just a way to practice and get up to speed before playing and getting your ass beat in multiplayer. And then tour of duty, which I guess I think it's a system to kind of like earn rewards and stuff. So that's cool. Awesome. I am hype. You guys know, or maybe not, that I'm a huge fan of Gears of War. And I'm loving everything I'm seeing so far. Loving everything I'm seeing so far. It is great. I'm wondering what they added, what has changed, what is new. I won't say it all. I know what my weekend is about to be. Just all Gears, baby. I'm not a rapper though. So yeah, cool stuff. Still sticking on that Gears news though. Next, make sure my video's not playing. Next topic is that Gears, I think in a Game Informer interview, they said that Gears 5 has the largest campaign, largest PvE, and largest versus in series history. That is a very subjective term to use, because it's like, what's the word? How do you rationalize what large is? Is that large to you, or large compared to other games? Large compared to, I guess, presumably your previous titles. So I guess I was doing some research earlier. It seems like the general average time of the previous Gears campaign is roughly around 9 hours without, doing extra stuff. So if this is technically as large as they say in general, I'm guessing the campaign maybe will be stretched out to roughly maybe 15 hours. That seems realistic or likely. If they claim this large, if this is the largest campaign. So, very interested and fascinated to see how that comes about. Let me see their specific comment. Um, let me get my announcer voice. Gears 5 is the largest Gears of War to date. It's the largest campaign ever made, the largest PvE ever made, the largest versus ever made, said Cleveland, presumably one of the developers at the Coalition. The team at the Coalition is an extremely talented but focused team that believes in this game. They're extremely passionate about bringing their mark, a high degree of quality, and a legacy that Gears fans will recognize. There is no magic bullet. It's trusting the people around you. Ooh, that gave me some goosebumps. I felt that. So kind of in line with that, I know a lot of people have been skeptical, I guess more than likely skeptical. Skeptical is probably the best description. Since we've yet to see any more further campaign footage since last year. Yeah, last year, where they showed that campaign at last year's E3, I believe. So, which is valid. You know, people want to see more of the campaign so they know what they are getting excited for. But I mean, personally, in my opinion, I feel like I've gotten enough, to like, okay, I'm good. I don't really need to see any more or be spoiled anymore to get invested, because I already know I'm going to play it either way. So for me personally, I'm totally fine with this. But a lot of people are, a little riled up, like we have yet to see any more further campaign footage. So a suspicion I do have is that there's possibly some major spoilers at the beginning of the campaign or something like that. That, maybe some people die or something like that. I don't know. That's at least what I'm thinking, but I know they said they're gonna reveal more campaign stuff, I think in August or September. I forgot which. I believe September. No, that'd be because it's gonna come like a week during September, maybe right before it releases. I guess I could see that. I don't know, but yeah, I'm totally fine with it. I trust the Coalition with Gears 5 and what they're going to do with it. You can tell within Gears 4 that they were playing a lot of stuff safe. But now that they kind of got that first game out of their system, I think now they're just going to go all in and, take some risks, because I think that was a big theme I got from them when they were like, discussing and a lot of stuff at E3 and stuff like that. I could definitely see them taking a lot of risks in terms of the series. And I swear to God, if you kill any of my original Gears characters, I am going to be so mad at you, Coalition. I swear to God. But I don't know. That's probably what they could mean by quote unquote taking risks. It's gonna suck if it happens, but yeah, just have to deal with it, I guess. But I don't know. As long as they keep the characters in multiplayer, I'd be satisfied, which has been pretty much the theme for the most part. A lot of characters that maybe aren't in the game story wise have been playable in the multiplayer, at least, which that's at least I say the minimum for me. Specifically, as long as they have a lot of the characters I love, Aaron Griffin, good old Ice-T, Coltrane, woo. Hope you can still get Superstar Cole. He is probably the tackiest character, but that's what makes me love him so much. He's so tacky and in your face, but I like it. Wanting to feel these shots. Really do hope sawed-off shotgun is in the game, but my part of me is doubtful that it is. I'm keeping the hopes up though. I'm gonna keep that hope up. But yeah, cool news. Gears 5. Gears 5 is actually looking to be a pretty damn good blockbuster of a game. And and man, with Game Pass too, like you can jump in for $1 or if you never had Game Pass, or $10 a month. That's a pretty damn good deal just to jump in and maybe try out the game. I think they're onto something with Game Pass. I think their strategy just included more people, exposing them to the game at least, which in a scenario where they otherwise wouldn't play it. I think that's a pretty awesome strategy to have implemented, and I'm very curious to see how they expand upon that, especially as Microsoft's team or exclusive studios kind of bring those enticing titles. So pretty damn cool. So enough Gears 5. I could talk about Gears 5 a lot. Next, the Nintendo Switch. So roughly off the cuff of the Switch Lite being announced, I believe last week, we now have a new regular Switch model with an upgraded battery life, but same price, and launches at the end of August. So I guess in comparison, the old model was ranged from 2.5 to 6.5 hours. The new model will range from 4.5 to 9 hours. That is a huge ass jump, man. That is very significant. A part of me suspected that possibly, or am guessing that this might have been what the, quote unquote new Switch was gonna be, which it kind of technically is, but I still think that there's gonna be a Switch Plus or Switch New or New Switch or whatever that is enhanced or upgraded, for us enthusiasts of games. So I hope for that to happen. I don't really see a need for me to run and get this. I'm totally satisfied with my Switch. I rarely play it portably, and most of the time I do play it in docked mode. So don't really see any need to pick this up. But in the event that something happens, this would be, I probably would pick this up, but otherwise I think I'm pretty satisfied. And then, in terms of the battery life, majority of the time you'll probably have a battery pack with you or something. So it's not really, I guess, necessarily important, or depending on who you are, I guess. And then, maybe if it had maybe a slightly better processor or something like the Xbox One S or something like that, I may have been enticed to bite. But outside of that, don't really see myself picking this one up or replacing or anything like that. Just no need to. Really don't feel any need to. That packaging, though, looks much nicer, though. I'm liking that packaging. Got that red, got the traditional red. And, got the big screen in the back, Switch prominently up front. Pretty cool. But yeah, interesting. I guess that makes sense that they announced it shortly after. And I don't think they would announce the Switch Plus around the same time. I don't see that happening. That's probably gonna be way long down, maybe next year, more than likely next year, to try and compete with the newer consoles. I could definitely see that. Or maybe, what if it just needs a amped up dock? That'd be cool. Like all you need to buy for Switch Plus It's just a amped up dock if you already have one. That, and Nintendo, of all people, Nintendo could conjure up some magic like that. That'd be pretty great. Just release a souped up dock. Oh wow, I never thought of that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, new regular Switch model. In conjunction with that news, they also released that they have some more colors for the Joy-Cons. The controllers you slide on the sides of the Switch, basically. So the color, the new colors, or I guess new colors is blue and neon yellow, which technically is the one we've seen before. I guess it was just two neon yellows or whatever. And then there's neon purple and neon orange. Interesting. So that blue and green, or neon yellow, looks green to me, but that's looking pretty nice. I'm kind of liking how that look. Might wanna pick one up. Probably not, but I would be enticed. I don't actually have a second set of Joy-Cons. It'd be cool to at least have another set. For no damn apparent reason. Just for decoration, or when I'm feeling fancy, I want to switch up my Switch. A Switch switching up a Switch. Let me do this. All right? Back off. Let me do me. Damn. Yeah, so that'd be pretty damn cool. Pretty damn key. Next topic of discussion. Resident Evil 5 and 6 coming on Switch, which has, obviously been previously announced, but they did announce that it's going to come on a triple pack with RE4 on the cart. So a lot of people were irritated that RE4 did not come on cart. It was only on only digital. I'm not sure if that's the same case in Japan though. I'd have to check on that. But yeah, so it's like, hey, we give you RE4, but you're gonna have to buy 5 and 6 with it. So yeah. So basically a 4, 5, and 6 physical collection is gonna release, similar to Resident Evil 0 and 1. In that sense, that is such a weird thing with the Switch now. Like, just some games come on the cart and then everything's digital, or the rest are digital. That is such a weird, haphazardly way of doing things. I don't know. Wish they made some more, I don't know, just add actual carts, but I'm assuming like development cost, or development costs of, not necessarily development, production cost of making the cartridges or whatever. I guess. But yeah, just thought that was interesting. I'm tempted at least. I'm just gonna say I'm not even gonna lie, I'm more than likely gonna get it. A lot of people hate Resident Evil 6. I think it's fine. It's just, if it was any other game and didn't have the title with it, Resident Evil 6, and the assumptions that it should be more in line with traditional Resident Evil, I think the game would have done much better. Let's say if it was Resident Evil Action or something, for example. If it released and it was called Resident Evil Action, and I don't think people would be as caught up as it is with the hatred and disdain for Resident Evil 6. People like Resident Evil 5 a little bit more, in my at least my understanding. The co-op makes it fun for them, which I thoroughly enjoy Resident Evil 5 as well. So yeah, I'm more like gonna pick these up. But yeah, just thought this was interesting, the outcry of of that. That's kind of messed up though, because people already caved in and bought. I know a fair amount of people caved in and bought Resident Evil, including myself, bought the digital version of Resident Evil for the Switch. Now, like, you already got the digital version. Oh, we was gonna release. Well, we releasing the physical edition with RE4 in the cards. So don't know what to tell you. Sorry. That's kind of messed up. But whatever. Hardcore fans are gonna do it, including myself. Yeah. So next topic. Boy. So Stadia had a Reddit AMA. For those who don't know, it's basically just an open forum, if you will, for a particular Reddit or a particular guest of the AMA, to answer questions or any curiosities they have regarding whatever topic or issue may be going on or whatever. Basically, it's pretty free form in that sense. So within the Reddit AMA, for Google Stadia, which is going to be releasing, I think this year for, I forgot what the term they use for early onboarders or whatever you call it, because I think technically it doesn't release for everybody until next year or something like that. I don't know. But very interesting statement from the Reddit AMA for Google Stadia. Let me get my asshole production talk. To be clear, Stadia Pro is not Netflix for games. Like some people have mentioned, a closer comparison would be like Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus. The Pro subscribers get 4K HDR streaming, 5.1 sound, exclusive discounts, and access to free games. Roughly one free game per month, give or take, starting with Destiny 2. Yay. He literally said yay in his comment. I guess, he also covers achievements. I was curious about that. Oh yes, achievements. As a lifelong gamer and a pathological overachiever, I love achievements. Of course, we'll have something similar to other platforms. However, it will not be there immediately at launch. Will come a little bit later. Interesting. Okay. You'll see the UI in November once we launch. For now, you have to trust me. It's looking good. We have a great UX team and we're putting a lot of love into it. I can't. Oh, this is killing me. Oh boy. Okay. No free games on Stadia Base, but hey, Stadia Base gives you free access to the state-of-the-art gaming hardware in our data center. You spend your money to buy games you want. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much everything else is pretty much what we've already really known. Yeah, pretty much everything we know outside of that. That's a very bold statement. Very bold statement. Not really a good idea to compare yourself to or try to put yourself on a pedestal along the lines of Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. It's a lot of balls there. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know about Stadia. They really would have had much better, I don't know, much better, I guess, jump on the good foot with the Netflix approach. Because, I mean, it's something that people clearly identify and know. but everything with the Stadia, like everything that's been announced regarding the Stadia has been so unnecessarily convoluted, I'd say, to the general public. For me and, other people that are, video game enthusiasts are very versed on, tech savvy or whatever you want to call it. Of course we get it, but I don't think the general public would really comprehend. They can easily comprehend Netflix for games. Like, oh, Netflix, but for games. Okay, cool. Which technically Xbox Live is already doing with their Xbox Game Pass. So, I mean, yeah, you would have been really better off competing with Xbox Game Pass, to be honest. Just one flat subscription rate, and you can play as many games as you want, streaming wise. That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty solid deal. Play literally basically almost any device you have. That'd be a hard proposal to pass up, and of all people, Google definitely would have had the capability. But who knows? It might get to a point where everything is super dire, and then Stadia is only sold like five copies of whatever after its release. Okay, I'm thinking about it already. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the Stadia officially releases next year for everybody. So what? I give it like a solid 6 months. 6 months from the next year. So when is that? Like January, February, March, April, May, June. So yeah. So roughly around when they announced the announced Stadia. So pretty much, yeah, a month after, almost a year after they announced Stadia, they have a I can't even do it. They have a announcement of the some changes, or they have a announcement or whatever they call it. I don't know what they even call it, or what, a Stadia Direct or whatever. Oh, I can't even. So Phil Harrison comes out. First thing he says, "Guys, we've heard you. Stadia Pro is now going to be Netflix for games." Oh my god. Oh, you should have did that the whole time. Okay. Oh yeah. I can see that totally happening. So, I don't know. Guys, we've heard you. I can't, man. That takes me out every time. You hear that every press conference. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, that was just some interesting news. But man, I think Stadia is shooting themselves directly in the toenail. Okay. Forget shooting yourself in the foot. They shooting directly in the toenail. Okay. They could possibly change before Stadia releases, but I don't know. They probably just gonna see if they can get away with it, but at some point they're probably just gonna, like I said, guys, we've heard you. Stadia Pro is now Netflix for games. That's gotta happen at some point. I don't see Stadia sustaining with their pricing or approach now. Basically buying games fully, being able to play them however you want, but you have to pay a subscription to play them in 4K. But you can technically play it at 1080p if you want, for free technically. I don't know, man. Does not look bright, especially compared to our general consoles we have now, and then input lag. Input lag is going to make or break this service for certain. I don't see people biting. I really don't. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So, next topic of discussion. Mike Tyson. Now Keith. Now Keith. That's, ladies and gentlemen, my impression of Mike Tyson. You're welcome. You should be thankful. So yeah, he just learned about Balrog and aka Mike Bison in Street Fighter 2. So it took what, I don't know how long Street Fighter been out, forever. Balrog has been a character for, the 80s, 89, 80, 87, I want to say. This whole time he's been ignorant of a character that is clean cut representation, and dare I say satirization. That may not be a word, but you get what I'm saying. I don't know. How can you be in a bubble for that long? That's interesting. But for some reason, he doesn't have an issue with it. But this is from an article on Kotaku. So basically, so this was on ESPN, technically via ESPN. They asked Tyson if he knew the story about the character. Tyson replied, "No, I have no idea." ESPN's Arda Okal explained how the boxer character Balrog was originally called M. Bison in Japan, with the initial being short for Mike. So, for those that may not know, and to bring some enlightenment, was I aware? I actually didn't know for like a few years, maybe this was probably maybe 8 years, maybe even later than that. But it was news to me too. I think whenever Did You Know Gaming came out, because I love that YouTube series. Whenever that came out, I think that's when I found that out. So for those who don't know, so basically a boxer character that is obviously meant to be a depiction of Mike Tyson was originally meant to be, or going to be called, M. Bison all around, but obviously for legal reasons and that Mike Tyson might want to sue or whatever, well, at least after the fact, doesn't seem like he knows, but I'm pretty sure somebody would have told him like, "Hey man, they making fun of you in Street Fighter or something, I don't know." Whatever. Now I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so M. Bison was going to be a original character, or it was gonna be was intended to be his name. But because of that possible legal backlash, they decided to change his name to Balrog. And then that basically started this whole, I guess, convoluted triangle of characters, or who are basically the boss characters for Street Fighter. So there's who we know, at least in the US, as Vega, who was, the dude with the claw and very vain. And then there's M. Bison, who, obviously was the name that was intended for Mike Tyson. Well, basically Mike Tyson, really. So basically that's, the names we know today, but beforehand it was all jumbled around. So Vega was called Balrog originally, and M. Bison was going to be called Vega. And then, obviously, all that got switched around. So I think it's such a convoluted mess, but I think in almost every country it's like different to some extent. I think mainly Japan, US, and some other country I forgot. But basically, like generally now, I know in fighting games they use a general term for each character because my bison is not your bison. Wait, you talking about bison? You mean bison to do with the psycho, or you mean the boxer? I don't. Oh, okay. So now I think at least in fighting game tournaments where obviously a lot of people come from various countries to fight and compete. They refer to the characters, I think for Vega, or at least in the US who we know as Vega, as Claw. I think Bison is Dictator, and I think Balrog is Boxer. I believe so, which is totally makes sense. Pretty generic and obvious characters which. Okay. I can see people getting frustrated in conference. Okay, all right, okay, he is Dictator. Okay, this dude is Boxer, and then this dude is Claw. All right, jeez, all right, let's fight. Just they had like a 2-hour argument about which character is which. Like, no, his name is Vega. The fuck wrong with you? Then a whole fight break out, and then it's horrible. So, but yeah, I guess the main point is that, M. Bison didn't know that, which kind of makes sense now the more that I think about it, because it's been so highly convoluted and hidden. It's such just a trivia thing that you don't really see a lot of people just talking about often in general. So, I mean, at the same time, I could see why he wasn't aware of it, but I don't know. But yeah, I guess after that, so let's see. Or no, did he? Let's see. So yeah, so Tyson heard about M. Bison on his podcast in April, and then calling the game's creator, "You dirty motherfucker," and jackass. When ESPN showed Tyson the Street Fighter character, he replied, "Holy moly." I can't. Did he live at me? Obviously. Actually, I mean, the earlier Balrog looked like a light skinned dude, to be honest. He did not even look accurate to the, picture on a fighter select screen at all. He was like, just looked like, actually, to be honest, he looked a little bit more like Muhammad Ali. The more I think about it, like a buffed up Muhammad Ali. Yeah. So, obviously in current games now, he's more accurate in his depiction, but nonetheless, pretty interesting. Then they also showed this, infamous screenshot of this dude. Mike Tyson wasn't even aware of who he was representing at the time. He's like, "Oh, okay, this guy's such a fan, he dressed up as me." So, interesting stuff. I think I know people said in relation to this that he's more pissed about Mr. Dream, basically, omitting him completely out of Punch Out, in the further editions. Because I think after the kerfuffle, I think he rape allegations, I want to say. I think it was due to rape allegations where they obviously, Nintendo obviously wouldn't be associated with that. So I know they made a revision of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, which was like Mr. Dream, or Mike Tyson's Punch Out feature Mr. Dream, who's basically just a white Mike Tyson, or basically, reskin of Mike Tyson with a white guy referred to as Mr. Dream. So interesting stuff. Of all people, Mike Tyson. He doesn't seem like he would care. Well, in general, don't really care about games, but yeah. So very weird news. So, man, How long? What? Almost 30 years till he actually was aware. That is interesting. Next topic of discussion: Streets of Rage 4. Oh, don't forget about it. It is still coming, baby. They revealed in a tweet yesterday, Wednesday, of the musical support for the original soundtrack of the game. And good God, thank you, Lord. Yuzo Koshiro is making his triumphant and necessary return to Streets of Rage 4. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. That needed to happen, because that I honestly would have downgraded the game a lot without having his signature sounds in the game. And then presumably a lot of other great musicians as well, surprisingly. I'm curious if Yuzo was behind this as well. So you got Motohiro Kawashima. So he collaborated with Yuzo Koshiro in a lot of the games too, specifically two, at least including 2 and 3. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, that even makes it greater. Then we have Yoko Shinomura. I'm curious what was he in specifically, or she? Oh, Final Fantasy. Wow. Okay. Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts, the original one, Street Fighter 2. Damn. Oh my God. Wow. They got some heavy hitters for Street Rage. Oh my goodness. Jesus. Man, they look like they got a all-star team. Then we have Hideki Naganuma. And what did he do? Jet Set Radio Future, Sonic Rush. Okay. All right. Okay. They working. They got the juice. They got the juice. Then we have Keiji Yamagishi. What did he? I guess they don't really. Oh, Ninja Gaiden. Okay. Let me check his Wikipedia. Because it doesn't blatantly. Okay, Tecmo Super Bowl, The Messenger. I've yet to play that. Animation Tactics. Okay. Coincidentally, all generally games I've not played, but I trust it. Yuzo Koshiro got that network, damn it. I'll tell you what. I'm pretty certain Yuzo Koshiro got rallied everybody around, I'm assuming. Let me check on Hideki Naganuma. Who was his? Oh, Daytona, not Daytona. Daytona, let's go away. I guess he only did the sound effects. Okay. Oh, Yakuza. He did voice editing for Yakuza. Okay. Voice effects. Actually, those are some pretty reputable voice effects. Ooh, and he did Yakuza 5. Okay. And Smash Brothers for Smash Brothers 4. Or, Smash Brothers for 3DS and Wii U. Wow. They got some heat. They about to make these damn bangers. I'll tell you what. They about to make these damn bangers. All right, you hear me? They making these damn bangers. Ooh, and they released a YouTube video. Let me watch that later. I'm saving that to watch that later immediately. Playing with me? I literally would just buy this game based off the soundtrack alone, to be honest. But obviously, such a huge reputation for Streets of Rage 4. Man, when does this come out? I don't think they confirmed a release date. God. And oh yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I forgot to acknowledge, for those that don't know, Yuzo Koshiro is a god. Okay, he is the god of video game music. Okay, that's a bold statement, but I'm sticking to it. Streets of Rage 1, bangers. Streets of Rage 2, ridiculous banger. Streets of Rage 3, legitimate banger. Okay. And I think he did Shinobi 3 specifically. And you know what? Let's accurately look up his goddamn repertoire. It's probably gonna scroll down the whole goddamn list. It's so great. It's so damn great. It's so damn great. His whole damn. Oh damn, he was at MagFest. Oh, that was before I started going. Yeah, damn, he has a freaking immaculate repertoire. He worked on so many games. Oh my god, I didn't even know he worked on a lot of these. So obviously, Streets of Rage 3, Revenge of Shinobi. I'm at least pointing out some of the ones that I recognize. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Batman Returns. Interesting. What else? Shenmue. Yeah, Shenmue's great. And Shenmue 2. Great. Love those soundtracks. Those soundtracks are really great. Namco versus Capcom. Namco Cross Capcom. Is that the 3DS game? I think I have the sequel. Smash Brothers Brawl. I think he was involved in this current Smash Brothers 2, the latest one. Smash Brothers 4. Project X Zone, that's the crossover. Wow, okay, he made the main theme. Goodness. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah, he's in that as well. Oh, and he did music for the Genesis Mini. Nice. Yeah, he made some awesome menu music for the Streets of Rage collection. Jesus. Just bangers. All them bangers. All of them bangers. They just immaculate bangers. Secret of Mana, I heard that has a really great soundtrack. I've yet to play that. Wow. So, if none of those games ring a bell, I mean, you must be under a rock or something, because, I mean, those are bangers, okay? Bangers. All he makes is hot fire. Literally, when he's making beats, it just he can't be in there for too long. He'll burn down the whole place, burn down the whole studio, because he making that hot fire relentlessly, with reckless abandon. Yuzo Koshiro. He is making them bangers. Okay, you hear me? He making them bangers. He making them beats. Making them damn beats. Okay. Enough gushing over the greatness that is Yuzo Koshiro. Man, I hope he comes to MagFest next time. Ooh, man. If he, you know what? That's gotta be. He's gotta, in order to promote Streets of Rage 4, I could see him coming this year. Or technically next year, even though it's very close to this year. Man, that's got me more hype for Streets of Rage 4 for sure. For certain. They better not announce any more people either. I might pass out if they announce who's the one dude who composed Silent Hill. I forgot. Silent Hill music composer Akira Yamaoka, I believe. Yeah, Akira Yamaoka. Don't even tell me that Akira Yamaoka gonna come on this, because I can't even play it. I can't play the game. It's gonna be too hot. The beats are gonna be too hot. They're gonna burn my damn Switch up. All them damn beats. You hear me? It's gonna be crazy. Man, they got a star-studded team. They got an all-star team with all these composers. It is ridiculous. Jesus, I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad how many people they got composing this. Jesus. Oh, that's great. Man, Streets of Rage 4, man. It is looking up to be a good return, triumphant return to beat 'em ups. This might actually, dare I say it, be a catalyst for a revival of the beat 'em up genre, which I really hope does come back in a strong way, at some point. Man, Jesus, they got an all-star team. Man, I am like so dumbfounded by that. I'm like amazed. I am so amazed by that. Wow. Ooh, okay. All right. Enough gushing, fantasizing over the immaculate team that's gonna be bumping them bangers on Streets of Rage 4. Because man, it's shaping up. The soundtrack alone is immediately gonna make this game. Oh my god! Because that man, that is the biggest selling point in general for the Streets of Rage series. To be honest, it's like just the immaculate soundtrack made that game even better than what it is. It's crazy, man. Hyped the hell up for Streets of Rage 4. I don't care what nobody says. That this shit gonna be great. Okay, all right. Enough. I'm gushing too much for that. I'm sorry. Streets of Rage. Definitely one of my favorite beat 'em ups of all time. If not, definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Streets of Rage 2 specifically. So, the series has a soft spot in my heart, and it's very, very calming, and I guess what's the word? I guess calming to humbling. There we go, humbling to see mainly Yuzo Koshiro come back, as well as a lot of great talent working on this soundtrack. Man, very excited. Very excited. Okay. All right. Next topic of discussion. Overwatch is getting 2-2-2 role lock soon. So what this means is that basically each within this presumably playlist, each team, all the team compositions can only be basically 2 DPS, 2 tanks, and 2 supports. Strictly. So whatever role you decide to play, you can only be within that role, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, so all compositions are 2 DPS, 2 tanks, 2 supports, and you cannot change roles during a map. So I'm assuming you can change your character, but they have to be within the same role, which is totally fine, because most people who are specifically in particular roles, I'm assuming, kind of jump around to some extent. So that's pretty fair, actually, the more I think about it. When I initially saw it, I was like, my first concern was that obviously, well, I would assume at least most people do play DPS. So I feel like queuing up if you were playing DPS would be technically more difficult, because I would think more people would be playing DPS than any of the other like tanks or supports. So, but maybe I could be told completely wrong about that. Maybe like a lot of people actually play tank or play I doubt people play support as much as tanks. But support is it's much wider though when I think about it. Because I think support includes like the defensive characters as well as healers. Which, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Because, yeah, I was about to say being confined to healers, that's gonna be pretty tough. But yeah, opening up expanding the range, that makes more sense. And then some characters who kind of dabble in particular categories, or who are technically one character but are actually fairly hold their own in a different category. That is interesting as well, now that I think about it. So now the more I think about it, it should technically not be as lopsided as I'm kind of making it out to be. Pretty cool. So I believe this is for competitive. I don't think this is mandatory. I think it's only for ranked. I think you can play it in quick play as well as ranked, I believe. So let's see. Let me read the description of the developer update. So the worst kept secret in Overwatch. It's been heavily rumored, leaked up until now, but we have official confirmation by Overwatch League's Watchpoint, which is supposed to air tomorrow. Announcements likely. Oh, they haven't even announced it yet. Or technically they have now. I forgot. This was the day before. Go up on PTR tomorrow at the same time, then go live around 26 to 27 days from now with the 18th season. Given that they had to shorten the current competitive season. Other than that, any more details? Let me check. Let's check the patch notes and maybe the news post of the site. So Road Q's update to blah blah blah. Competitive play and quick play. So yeah, competitive play and quick play. Players choose a role before finding a game. Matchmaking system will create a team that is comprised of 2 tanks, 2 supports, and 2 damage heroes. Upon entering the match, players select desired roles to play within their chosen roles. At the end of the match, players will return to the main menu and select their role before queuing into the next game. Interesting. Time being, we only enabled competitive play in 1.39 PTR. So I believe it's live now in the PTR and presumably set to be live later for consoles and whatnot. Interesting. Yeah, that was one of my not necessarily gripes with Overwatch, but specifically if I wanted to play single in a single queue or whatever, just looking to join a game for some quick play or whatever, that has been generally the common issue is that, when you play, most people don't want to be support, so now you're kind of screwed in terms of support. So you want to be a character that you don't really want to play or even have that much experience playing, and then ultimately end up losing because of that. So this definitely is going to make the series, the game, much more engaging for people. Specifically, I think this really hits home for solo queue players for sure. Which I think it's overall pretty great, and it's going to also avoid the issues of that. So now people will be actually the characters they want to play, and in turn, obviously they would have more experience playing their character that they're comfortable with, and in turn, probably gear things up for more competitive games, where matches are maybe more inclined to be more close than lopsided. Even though I think they've been doing a good job of matching people appropriately in that sense. So cool news all around, man. Obviously there's still a lot of additional patch notes for characters, probably nerfs and buffs. Nice. Might have to check in some of that detail, but yeah, that's huge. I know that's been rumored a lot for characters. That I think that's definitely gonna entice me to try it out for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how it kind of comes into play. Yeah, and then not having excuse me, when you want to pick a character you want to play, but already picked because somebody else playing. Yeah, that's gonna make it just overall way better. Yeah, I think this might actually encourage a resurgence in players for Overwatch, to be honest. Yeah, man. I may have to jump back in. I know they also released some cool summer skins. I have yet to check those out. I'm pretty sure they're all gonna be dope. Yeah, man. Ooh, I might be time to get back into Overwatch. It might be about that time. It just might. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, so a pretty eventful week, I'd say. A lot of great news coming out. A lot of great news. But yeah, so what I've been playing as of late, actually been kind of somewhat engaged in For Honor recently. I haven't been playing it for a bit, but I've been weirdly feeling encouraged to try and get my money up to purchase stuff I want. So I try to play at least for the minimum. So like play to get the daily challenges and the ongoing challenges. And I've been able to earn them successfully or continuously. So that's actually been keeping me engaged with trying to keep that going. Been kind of falling off throughout the midweek, but plan to get back up into that at some point. Also, I'll put a fair amount of time in Judgment as well. One issue that's bothering me, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, is this weird thing where you keep getting notifications after you complete a battle, where it seems like it reminds me of like a backseat gamer, but basically in the game, where it like keeps suggesting you tips on how to play the game, even though me personally, I'm totally cognizant of what I'm capable of doing. Maybe just don't want to choose not to do it. But it's getting like to the point where it's getting annoying, where it keeps popping up every time after I do a battle. Mainly, it's been popping up in other scenarios too. But apparently I've been inquiring about this in in the Reset Era forums, see if other people has gotten it. Apparently it's been prominent in basically the Dragon Engine games, Yakuza 6, as well as Yakuza Kiwami 2. But I never noticed it in those games, pretty much playing those games to completion, getting all the trophies and whatnot. So it's very weird. I guess it's maybe a semi-bug, I'm assuming. But I wish there was an option at least to turn it off, but there's not. Maybe in a future update there'll be an option to turn it off, but not a big deal, but kind of annoying. Like this annoying backseat gamer saying, hey, you can do this. Why aren't you doing that? You should do this. Are you blocking? You should probably block. Come on, man. Just block for me. Yeah, so but yeah, definitely I feel like I'm progressing nicely. Been trying to do as many side cases and stories as I can within the game. I'm not a fan of the nature of how you have to unlock. I wish everything was just you don't have to earn it. So basically like you have to get a certain reputation in order to unlock certain side cases, which is kind of fresh, but at the same time, I kind of wish it was like the previous Yakuzas. So, like when you get to a particular chapter, then a few set amount of side, or at least in Yakuza sub-stories would unlock. You get to play those, but now you're kind of forced to develop friendships to the max level in order to increase your reputation, which in turn lets you play particular side cases that you otherwise wouldn't be able to have access to. So yeah, not sure how I feel about it completely. At least I'm leaning more on the sides where I'm not really feeling. I mean, it's fine. I don't have an issue, but But then again, now when I think about it, it's like there are some reasonable subquests tied to the friendships or friends you have, which it's been cool too. I don't know. Hard to say at this point. Maybe I have a more concrete opinion about that specifically, but overall, I've been definitely enjoying the game. Been liking pretty much everything they're doing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it through to the end. Try to get all the sub stories or whatever the requirement is to beat the end game boss or the equivalent of Joe Amon in Yakuza. I'm curious who's the equivalent of Joe Amon's going to be in this game. Maybe it actually is still going to be the Amons, just some other Amon. I don't know. It's a mystery either way. So I'm definitely very curious to see how that kind of plays out. So, all in all, that's pretty much been it for me. I haven't really been watching anything significant or new, noticeable. So I think that will be it. Just some general housekeeping. If you have any questions you'd like to submit for the show, you can feel free to send them at my email, which is aswitchtv@gmail.com. I'll definitely answer any questions, or whenever I get enough or whatever, I'll maybe start just making a segment for answering questions and maybe corrections or whatever. Totally up for that. Also you can if you enjoyed the show or didn't, thought the show was horrible, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can feel free, please like or rate. Well, I guess you wouldn't like if you didn't like the show, or thumbs down if that's an option. I don't know. I don't know how the podcasting rating works. I'm not sure about that, but for whatever platform you're getting this from, whether it be Spotify, Google Podcasts, I think, and Apple Podcasts, definitely would appreciate the support either way. So outside of the podcast tip, you can catch me on what was I going with that? Twitch.tv/aswitch. Man, I've been admittedly not been on the Twitch game a little bit. Plan to be back on that. It's soon. Next, you can also catch me on youtube.com/aswitch. Again, I've been pretty dormant on that, but I plan to at least upload some of my previous streams and stuff. That's at least the minimum I'm planning to do eventually. You can also like to support this show. You can feel free to donate at patreon.com/aswitch. And is that it? I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Until next time, guys. Oh yeah. Okay, this is an additional point of the podcast. I just put it at the end because it's not that's necessarily relevant to the focus of the show, but this is just a public service announcement. And let me get my speaker for this crap because
nope, that ain't it.
Everybody who keep licking fucking ice cream and fucking spitting in goddamn tea, stop it. Cause the shit is dumb. The shit is stupid. I will hurt you. I will punch you in your goddamn throat. I will fucking kick you in your goddamn kneecap. In your shin too, bitch. I swear to God. Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. Where were you raised? Where were you raised to freaking lick some goddamn ice cream for no damn reason? You didn't even buy it. You gonna lick ice cream, giving people AIDS and herpes and shit. What is wrong with you people? Jesus. Have some damn sense. Common courtesy of the public that are trying to buy a legitimate product, but know they got fucking random girl saliva on it. Maybe if you put that in but hey, that's besides the point. Okay, if you fucking licking some damn ice cream and spitting damn tea, stop it. I will punch you if I see it too. I swear to God, somebody about to get fucking stuttered. Okay. I will stunner your ass. All right? Don't do that. Come on now. Be better, people. All right? This is why people look down on us in America. Just doing dumb shit like this. Don't lick it. Don't lick it until after you bought it. What is wrong with y'all, man? Stop it. I'm just saying this needs to stop. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all damn selves. I hate y'all. I really do.
I'm sorry. Okay, that just got me riled. I just thought about it before this podcast was ended. I'm like, you know what? Let me share my piece because that just the thought of people doing this dumb shit is pissing me off. Okay, so I had to include that. All right. Okay. Thanks, God. Oh, God. All right. Let me stop.